This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
There we go. The bugle has
horses
been
are on the
played.
track.
They certainly are, Nat. And, of course, the Spring Carnival continues today. We've got the Oaks Day, traditional Ladies' Day.
Ladies' Day.
Britt Taylor is she's one of our greatest West
I thought you were going to
Australians.
say Britt Taylor is a lady.
Yes, I'll say that as well. And we'll be able to see her on Channel 10, who've been covering all the action. Good morning, Britt.
Hey, hello, guys. You can't be saying greatest West Aussie when we've seen what Mark Zahra and Damien Oliver have been doing this week.
Why? What have they been doing?
Unbelievable things.
No, you're right, actually.
true.
Damien Oliver had a great start on the weekend in particular, on Saturday, on Derby Day, and had a few winners. And Mark Zahra, who I don't know if many people know that he was a West Australian, has won 2 Melbourne Cups in a row.
It's extraordinary, isn't it? And on 2 different horses. No one's done that for years and years. So it's one thing to do it consecutively on the same horse, having a good association with one, but to do it on 2 different horses, and he had to really pull the right rein as well, because he could have ridden last year's winner in Gold Trip and had to make the decision, which horse do I ride, and he pulled the right rein.
Yeah, it's amazing. Isn't it?
We talked yesterday about all the bets that were placed. But Britt, this story that came out overnight is amazing. A homeless man
New
named
Zealand.
Robert living in New Zealand has won $98,000 because he put a $5 bet on the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah.
So he
It's
went
just
from
extraordinary. And it was a mystery bet as well.
Yes.
Like, I spend hours and hours trying to do the form and find the winner, and the one that I backed came second, and here's this bloke who's just put on a mystery bet and his life's changed forever.
I really love it. Like,
Yeah.
so he was living. He didn't have a house. He's currently living in someone's garage.
Yep.
And I have. Sometimes you begrudge someone winning. You know what I mean? It's like, someone like that winning. I'm
Yeah,
like,
you can't
I'm
begrudge
so
that. And that's just
happy.
like fate, as you said,
Yeah.
Brett. No skill in a mystery bet, but geez, when it comes off, it's beautiful.
Shaun, wasn't that the story of your mum many years ago in the Melbourne Cup with a
Was it-
mystery bet?
Yes,
No, it wasn't a
absolute-
mystery
Well,
bet.
it wasn't a
No,
mystery.
she
She picked the
them.
numbers. Actually, Britt,
Oh.
I haven't confirmed this yet because I didn't speak to her yesterday, but my brothers were telling me on Tuesday when we were out at the track together that Mum had picked the numbers, but she didn't put the bet on. Now, I'll follow this up with you because she didn't just put the bet on because she didn't get to the TAB.
But no, let's say the best thing, right? So his mum had picked the numbers, she put the bet on, and she would have won the entire thing, right? Okay.
And do you know how much that would have paid as well? Like,
300,000.
Yeah. So Brett, she not only that, Shaun's family knew what those horses were. So knowing that their mum can pick a winner and then hearing what she was going to bet and still not put that bet on, none of you is unbelievable.
What's wrong with your family?
Oh, well,
Hey, can I get her numbers for Oaks
I
Day?
know.
I know, right?
Well, Brett, I think you know because you do so much homework, and I looked at everything. And one horse I do a line through straight away was a couple of them, and one was Shiraz because you're like,
Yes.
it's 100-1 or something, 150-1. That's not happening.
I didn't see that coming. But I reckon there would be a lot of people who just put it in their novelties just because they thought,
'Cause they
I
like
a glass of
Shiraz. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right.
All the borderline
But good on them.
alcoholics, Sue McManus, onto it.
That's right. Hey, Brett, one of the things about Ladies' Day is, and watching you over the last couple of days, is you got to put your best frock on. And when we were out at Ascot just on Tuesday, everyone's dressed up. And I know for my wife, when she's done and dusted, is like, oh, thank God that's over, take your shoes off. But you've got to back this up day in, day out.
Yeah, it's a real stayer's performance. My feet are... But we get a day of respite in between. But yes, I'm actually in the car on the way to Flemington right now, and all dressed up, and the heels are on already, and they won't come off until well after the last race. So they're long days, definitely. But I tell you what, when you get back to the hotel, you just can't wait to take the makeup off and get the shoes on.
Hey, Britt, the controversy this year is about 2 things to do with the dress code, and that is, number one, men wearing shorts being allowed now, and also the fact that they allow sneakers at the racecourse now. What do you think about that? Are you traditionalist or are you fine with it?
Well, Gay Waterhouse wasn't happy with it, and
was
she's the
furious.
first lady of racing. She thought, absolutely not. What do you mean these men are wearing shorts? I think in some cases we have to relax the dress code a little bit.
You just cut out on a spread, actually.
Oh no, there we go. How are
that's
we now?
much better.
Yeah. So you think you're thinking one thing, we should relax the dress code?
I don't think it's too bad all year round to relax the dress code, but I'm just wondering that Flemington Melbourne Cup week.
I
That's
think
the time
so.
to dress your best.
Because you can wear shorts
Yeah.
any other time, really, can you?
You can, Nathan. When you look at Royal
Well,
Ascot
maybe,
in
yes.
England, when they have the top hat and tails and all that,
I think
you
there's
yeah,
something.
It's
I
part
think
of the
there's-
pageantry
I think
of
there's
it.
something in that. There's something
Yeah.
in keeping it really traditional. Why not? It's just one meet.
Yes, the one day a year when we don't have to look at a girl's belly button.
But and I also think it's good to keep having a traditional day like that to keep the men on their toes because we'll drop our
Sure.
guard with the best of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, keep men on their toes and keep their ankles covered up. It all started when they started not to, letting socks go.
Hey, Britt, just before we let you go, give us a winner, mate.
Zardozi in the Oaks. She ran in the Wakeful on Saturday and ran second, and I think she can go one better today.
Okay, she's got a
All
better
right.
barrier today. So you can watch all the action on Channel 10. You'll see Brittany Taylor.
Yeah.
In lilac today, I
Yes,
believe.
she will.
Yes. The theme today is a touch of purple, so you'll see everybody in
Sean could have worn his
a bit of
Dockers
purple.
outfit.
And yes, you could have.
Never
I've
take
got
it off.
quite the princess number on today, so
Beautiful.
you'll see it all on
God,
there.
that's fantastic. Everybody gamble responsibly.
That's
As per
right.
usual. Sean?
Sean, looking at you.
Good to see you, Britt. Thank you.
Thanks, Britt.
Thanks, Brett.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy the day.
Bye, mate.
Good to catch up with our Wildcat Jordan Usher coming off the back of two wins over the weekend. And we'll say, when you watch the Wildcats play to kick the weekend off last weekend, so Saturday against the Adelaide 36ers, and when Jordan came onto the field, there was enormous amount of intent in his body language, in the way he went about the first quarter when you got on, Jordan. And not every shot fell for you originally, but the intensity you were playing with, you could just see you were locked in.
Yeah, I just felt like it was, time to stop losing. We needed something to be different. We needed some energy. Hiram Harris, who was starting, actually brought a lot of energy for us. And when he came out, I felt like I had to match him. So that was really good for us.
He's been great, by the way, coming off the bench,
Yes.
even in the games previous to that.
He's been stellar, man. He does everything that, people don't like to do. He does a lot of dirty work. He's always looking to help the team. He'll literally pass up one of his shots to, give it to a guy like Bryce, who he feels like can make a better shot. He's literally a teammate's dream.
And can we talk about the Melbourne United match? Because I caught the last, 5 minutes of the last quarter of that before it went into overtime.
Yeah.
That was the most bonkers match I've ever seen.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was
I mean,
crazy.
first of all, the setup to it was, they're the top team,
Yeah.
but Luke Travis, who's a former Wildcat, he was knocked out by his teammate's knee, concussed, and so he was off with concussion. The teammate's knee was bunky after that. Somebody else had done a hammy, so they had 3 outs. I know,
it was
exactly.
crazy.
And then it comes on, it's tight, it's tit for tat. You think of 3-pointer, like clutch shot with less than 5 seconds to go
4.8.
to put the Wildcats ahead.
Yeah.
But then it goes down the other end, and Delhi gets the 2 to tie it up and gets fouled.
Gets a
John
foul.
really appeals it, wins the challenge, which
then,
never happens.
He's reliving it.
And then it goes down the other end.
And then
You get
calls a play
fouled.
for me to try to go up and dunk it. And then I realized I could just catch it. So I land and get fouled. And I'm like, surely I'm going to make these. I'm a really good free throw
So you're
shooter.
standing there on the line, 2 free throws.
And I
You just have to
burgered
land
it.
one of them.
Yeah, I burgered it.
Yeah, you burgered it, which means you miss both of them and the crowd gets burgers. So it goes to OT. So are you just somebody who's dramatic and liked the idea of it going into overtime?
I wish I could say that, but no, I definitely
I need
would've
to
won.
stop down on a couple of things here. Did the crowd really get burgers?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what happens. If the opposition team misses 2 free throws in a row.
So the burgers are there ready to go?
No.
No,
You get a code
like a
to
voucher.
claim it from Hungry Jack's.
I just thought, but like, many people come out like on Oprah where they're just...
No.
Waitresses is coming.
Look under your seat.
Burgers, everyone.
And even if you're watching on the TV, you can claim a burger as well. Nathan.
What I love about knowing you, Jordan, is the fact that we do know that you can do like 3-pointers and very impressive stuff like that. If you do the next one, can you please you do a 3-pointer and then I want you to drop to your knees, right? And then look in the sky and just scream, Nathan!
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
I tell you what, when you sung that 3-pointer, there was a fair bit of posturing and a bit of celebration. I mean, it was
100%.
such an awesome shot
Yeah.
for starters. But yeah, you got that. The gun show was on. You were like,
100%, yeah. And I felt like I was playing like trash prior to that, so it felt good to finally
What a
make
moment.
shot.
Yeah.
Jordan, one of the hardest things, though, in the moment of those things, a lot of people would pass up the opportunity. Maybe I'll flick it around, we'll find Bryce, or we'll get it. But believing you can make the shot at the right time.
Yeah. I mean, for
How was that for you?
Jesse got a great rebound when Bryce had put up a shot. So shout out to Jesse for even getting that rebound, or else we wouldn't have had the possession. And kicked it to me. And I didn't even honestly look at the clock. I just found my shot and put it up. And I
Well,
feel
you
like
had to take a step back too, because
Yeah.
you went forward and then realised you're in the 2-point zone, so took a step back
find your rhythm
and just nailed it.
and just shoot it. Yeah.
So good.
If you think too much in that situation, I feel like nothing works.
Well, let's talk about the most interesting thing about your basketball career, and that is your experience with Australian animals.
Yeah.
What's happened? Where'd
We
you go?
went to the Caversham
Wildlife.
Wildlife Park, yeah. And our host was super nice. Honestly, forget her name, but she was super nice. And we got to hold koalas, but there was a lot of
So this is
poop.
you and Alex are, yeah?
Yeah, there was a lot of poop.
Yeah.
There was a lot of poop.
From the koalas?
Yeah.
Or from Alex?
But it comes, from both of them. And there was a lot of poop. I was stepping in poop, and they were pooping on me. The koalas are pooping
That's a lot
on
of
me. Little, and they come out really hard.
Yeah.
It comes out like nuts. So I didn't know what it was at first.
Is that like nuts?
You're like,
And-
chocolate-covered raisins.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I've had 50 bunnies have sex on top of me.
Yeah.
And
Rabbits.
leave little pellets
Rabbits.
on you, huh?
No, didn't have to worry. The sex was bad enough.
It was super fast.
Yeah. So isn't it like you think they're going to be softer than they are?
Yeah, they're really wiry.
Yes.
They feel really wiry.
You could
not
scrub a dish with
the
them.
koalas feel great, but like the kangaroos, the smaller kangaroos, they feel really tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, and the wombats are really tough. Like they feel kind of nasty, but they look kind of nasty
But
too.
the wombat's ass, don't you reckon it's just missing a G-string?
Yeah, I don't know. It was like they had it kind of gaping towards us. They were just like holding it open. But
That means they like you, Jordan.
They just said I had them relaxed.
That's right. So what was your favourite of all of our native wildlife?
I would say the quokkas, the baby
yeah.
ones.
Yeah,
'Cause
they're pretty cute,
The
aren't
older
they?
ones like to bite, but the baby one was just sitting in like a little blanket.
Yeah.
I was
It was
going to
fun,
say we did see footage of you with the emu, and and that was
Told you about
okay.
them.
But I thought that the emu would, because we were all worried about them
They're a
because
bit
they can be
intimidating.
aggressive, they can get up and about. But this one was quite tame.
Well, it was behind a fence, and so I would just kind of put my hand through with some food, and it would peck at it, but it would peck really intense.
Yeah.
Like really, and his feet look like dinosaur feet.
Yeah,
So
they
I
do a
was-
bit.
They've
don't
just
they?
got a bad rap, really, visually as well, you know? Like, yeah.
They look nasty.
They
don't
are nasty. Like, big body, it's really hairy. And it's
And
like
you know-
long feathers. Oh, it's nasty.
No communications happen between you and them, but you know they want to kill you.
Yeah,
That's true.
Like orange eyes.
Yeah.
Scary. They're really scary, though. Actually, though they are.
Nothing friendly ever had orange eyes. You're
Yeah,
right.
no.
That's a great point.
Oh my God, wouldn't it be a great prank? So, you know, we wait for Jordan to get a little bit more comfortable, and then one night he wakes up and he hears a noise and we've got an emu in his bedroom.
Watch your back is what we're saying. Watch your back.
Yeah, no thanks. No thanks.
The Wildcats are taking on New Zealand Breakers tomorrow. Get behind our Perth Wildcats at RAC Arena. Tickets through Ticketek. Jordan, keep the good run of form
Yes.
going, mate. Don't think, just
It's a
do.
rich vein. Yes. Sink those threes and practice your free throws.
Absolutely. I'm headed there right now.
Good on you, Jordan Usher.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.